The ancient Egyptian civilization has left behind numerous enigmas that still defy our modern understanding. Among these, mysterious sites stand out that suggest possible advanced knowledge in ancient Egypt. Number 1. The Serapeum of Saqqara is one of the most intriguing and enigmatic complexes of the ancient Egyptian civilization. Located in the vast Saqqara necropolis, this underground complex is notable for its impressive funerary chambers and enigmatic construction. The Serapeum is primarily known for its underground chambers, which house enormous black granite sarcophagi. These sarcophagi, some of which weigh up to 70 tons, are of impressive craftsmanship and precision, which has led many to question the techniques and tools used in their creation. The accuracy with which they were carved and placed remains a mystery, as modern technology would struggle to replicate such achievements. The original purpose of the Serapeum has been the subject of debate among archaeologists and scholars. It is believed that it was built to house the remains of the sacred Apis bulls, animals revered in Egyptian religion. These bulls were considered incarnations of the god Ptah and, after his death, they were given funerary honors comparable to those of the pharaohs. The Serapeum served as his final resting place, an eternal resting place worthy of his divinity. The complex was discovered in the 19th century by the Egyptologist Auguste Mariette, who was fascinated by the magnitude and state of preservation of the chambers and sarcophagi. Over the years, excavations have revealed a network of tunnels and chambers stretching for hundreds of meters underground, all built to a level of sophistication that continues to surprise experts. In addition to its funerary function, some theorists have proposed that the Serapeum could have had other purposes, based on its design and the advanced technology suggested by its construction. Some more speculative theories suggest that it could have been part of an energy generation or storage system, although these ideas are not widely accepted in the scientific community. Number 2. The Temple of Abydos, one of the most important archaeological sites in Egypt, is home to some of the most enigmatic and debated hieroglyphs of the ancient Egyptian civilization. Among these hieroglyphs, those found in the Temple of Seti I have generated special interest due to their peculiar representations. On a panel of hieroglyphics in the Temple of Seti I, you can see figures that some interpret as representations of modern vehicles. Among these figures, shapes that look like helicopters, submarines, airplanes, and other futuristic vehicles are identified. This unusual iconography has led some researchers and theorists to speculate about the possibility that the ancient Egyptians had access to advanced knowledge or even contact with more technologically advanced civilizations. One of the most popular theories is that hieroglyphs represent evidence of advanced technology in ancient times, possibly passed down from an unknown previous civilization or from visitors from other worlds. This interpretation has been fueled by fascination with the mysteries of ancient Egypt and the appeal of conspiracy theories and ancient astronauts. However, the academic community has a more cautious and skeptical view. The most accepted explanation is that the images are the result of pareidolia, a human tendency to see recognizable shapes and random patterns. Another plausible explanation is that the hieroglyphs are the result of overlapping inscriptions due to errors in restoration or reinterpretations over time. Erosion and natural weathering of the inscriptions may also have contributed to the creation of these peculiar shapes. Regardless of interpretations, the hieroglyphs at the Temple of Abydos remain a fascinating testament to Egyptian art and writing. Abydos was an important religious center and one of the most revered burial sites in ancient Egypt, associated with the god Osiris. The Temple of Seti I, with its elaborate reliefs and hieroglyphs, reflects the skill and sophistication of Egyptian artists and scribes. The hieroglyphics of the Temple of Abydos continue to be a subject of intense debate and speculation. While some theories suggest the existence of advanced technological knowledge, the most likely explanation lies in a combination of artistic, historical, and natural factors. These hieroglyphs invite us to continue exploring and questioning what we know about one of the most enigmatic civilizations in history, keeping alive the fascination with the mysteries of ancient Egypt. Number 3. The shale disc, found in the ancient cemeteries of Saqqara, is a remarkable find for its exceptional craftsmanship and dimensions, with a diameter of approximately 2 to 2.5 feet. Its intricate design features concentric circular patterns that have intrigued researchers, suggesting the possibility of being part of a lost ancient technology or an advanced mechanical device. Although some suggest that it could have been used to direct water, the arrangement of its 3 lobes does not seem to support this theory. Instead, it appears to have been part of a rotating mechanism around a central axis. The craftsmanship of the disc is truly remarkable, with thin blades or petals extending from the center, each perfectly formed and symmetrically arranged. The curious burn marks found on the disc have yet to be fully explained, deepening the mystery surrounding the artifact. Some speculate that it could have been a time-measuring device, an astronomical instrument, or machinery for unknown purposes. Connected to the disc are 3 pieces that resemble gear parts, suggesting a link to advanced technology. Comparisons with artifacts from other ancient civilizations known for their engineering prowess, such as the Antikythera mechanism, support the idea of shared knowledge of mechanical engineering among ancient cultures. This similarity suggests a possible lost tradition of advanced technology, raising questions about the true capabilities of ancient civilizations. Number 4. The Osirian is an impressive ancient structure located in Abydos, approximately 350 kilometers south of the Great Pyramid of Giza. This construction continues to fascinate and baffle historians and archaeologists due to its sophisticated architecture and unique features. Some speculate that it could be the work of a much older and more advanced civilization, with technologies that surpass those traditionally attributed to the Egyptians of the Pharaonic era. One of the most notable mysteries of the Osirian is its peculiar architectural design. Unlike the rectangular designs typical of most ancient Egyptian temples, the Osirian features a complex L-shaped configuration. This departure from the norm raises interesting questions about the motives and purposes behind its construction. The magnitude of the Osirian is truly astonishing. Massive blocks of pink granite, some weighing up to 100 tons, form the core of the structure. These huge stones were quarried in Aswan, about 200 kilometers away. The logistical challenges of transporting these gigantic blocks to a desert location, far from the Nile, are extraordinary. The ability to precisely move and place these stones without known advanced machinery challenges our understanding of the abilities of the ancient Egyptians. The architecture of the Osirian adds another level of mystery. The site features a complex double-layer roof system and around a dozen chambers, displaying a level of architectural sophistication that appears to go beyond what a civilization with primitive tools could achieve. The intricate design, including interlocking wedges and the precise stacking of massive blocks, suggests advanced engineering knowledge not commonly associated with ancient Egypt. Furthermore, the use of granite, a material much more difficult to work than limestone, indicates a technological skill that historical records do not attribute to the ancient Egyptians. Adding to the mystery, the Osirian contains no Egyptian hieroglyphics, art, or artifacts. This absence of decoration, rare in ancient Egyptian structures, leaves researchers wondering about the true purpose and origin of this site. The Osirian remains a profound enigma that invites speculation and debate about the hidden capabilities of the ancient world. There is nothing that directly connects the Osirian to the ancient Egyptians. Throughout Egypt's history, temples and monuments were frequently renovated, with new works of art and hieroglyphics added with each renovation. However, the Osirian lacks such additions, making it a unique anomaly. Its underground design is especially unusual for Egyptian temple architecture. Some experts suggest that the Osirian could be much older than the surrounding structures, possibly predating the layers of sand and soil accumulated over thousands of years. Adding more intrigue, there are patterns of water erosion in the limestone enclosure surrounding the site. Some researchers argue that these patterns could only have formed if the structure was built before the end of the last ice age, when the region's climate was significantly wetter. This hypothesis suggests that the Osirian could be a vestige of a time before the pharaohs, hinting at the possibility of an advanced civilization that existed in ancient Egypt. The idea that the Osirian could predate other ancient Egyptian monuments by millennia adds a fascinating layer of mystery to this enigmatic site. It challenges our understanding of history and invites us to reconsider what we know about the origins of civilization in Egypt. One of the most interesting aspects of the Osirian is its underground nature and the constant presence of water. Using modern seismic technology, researchers have discovered that the structure extends at least 15 meters below the current ground level. This suggests that what we see today is just the top of a much larger construction. Seismic testing has also indicated the presence of hollow chambers at depth, hinting at hidden secrets waiting to be discovered. The prospect of what lies within these underground chambers is exciting. However, archaeologists are limited by the water that constantly fills these depths, making drainage impossible. The Osirian features an intricate hydraulic system with a network of canals, ponds, and possibly slopes, designed to control and manage the flow of water within the complex. The precision in this design demonstrates an advanced understanding of hydraulic engineering, including water flow dynamics and pressure management. Number 5. In 1898, archaeologists discovered what they called the tomb of Pa-Diarmid in Saqqara, Egypt. Inside the tomb, they found a mummy surrounded by her earthly belongings, carefully arranged on a nearby table to accompany him in the afterlife. Among the usual array of pottery, tools, and other funerary objects, they found something unusual: a small model of a bird. When they catalogued this bird model, it caught the attention of archaeologists due to its almost perfect symmetry. The bird's wings measured just over 17 centimeters and it weighed only 39 grams. Interestingly, the bird had no feet and its wings were attached to a slot in the upper part of the body, extending outwards as if in flight, rather than folded back like typical Egyptian bird models. Upon closer study, we noticed that the Saqqara bird had wings that were streamlined and unpainted except for an eye on one side. The most striking thing was that its tail was rotated 90 degrees, similar to a modern stabilizer. At first glance, it looked like a model airplane, which was surprising since airplanes had not yet been invented in 1898, when it was discovered. At first, archaeologists thought it was a spiritual representation and kept it in a glass case for 70 years. In 1969, Dr. Khalil Messiha, a professor of anatomy and member of several aeronautical clubs, identified it as an ancient model glider. His theories, although not supported by solid evidence, suggested that the ancient Egyptians may have had advanced technologies. Messiha speculated about the lack of paint on the bird to save weight, and proposed that its vertical tail acted as a rudder. Although his theory about the lack of a horizontal stabilizer lacked evidence, he boldly claimed that the bird represented a full-size airplane. This discovery continues to be the subject of debate, challenging our ideas about ancient technology. Number 6. Recently, archaeologists have raised numerous questions. If the pyramids are tombs, why are there no tombs inside them? How does the Sphinx, located in the middle of a dry desert, exhibit erosion caused by water? Where do the traces of ancient ships discovered near the Pyramid of Cheops come from? And, even more intriguing, how did modern technologies influence the time of the pharaohs? These questions lead us to reflect on the need to know more about Egyptian civilization, since it could completely reformulate the history of humanity. We are now in the Giza Valley, a suburb of Cairo, near the famous pyramids of Giza. The National Geographic television channel began live broadcasting the exciting operation to explore a secret tunnel in the Great Pyramid, also known as the Pyramid of Cheops. The entrance to this tunnel was discovered 10 years ago, but at that time researchers lacked the necessary techniques to explore it. Now the task has been entrusted to a robot developed by German scientist Rudolf Gantenbrink. This robot gently enters the tunnel carrying a camera that allows researchers to observe what is happening inside. At the time, Zahi Hawass, head of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, believed the tunnel would lead to Khufu's tomb or some of his memorials, while other researchers thought they might find statues or treasures. However, upon reaching the end of the tunnel, the robot revealed only a rocky end, disappointing everyone. However, it was soon realized that it was not the true ending. It was another door in the middle of the tunnel. Opening that door seemed impossible, turning the attempt to uncover a mystery into an intriguing challenge. The first door led them to another enigma, according to Georgy Nadifev, head of the Russian Society for the Study of Atlantic Ocean Problems. The builders of the pyramid intended to provide this option to prevent anyone inside from penetrating it. It was only natural that they would install additional protective barriers to prevent access to the interior through the tunnels if anyone discovered the entrance around them. Once inside, they would find themselves facing another door. This was necessary if no one was inside, and was crucial if the pyramid housed ancient scientific secrets that the pharaohs wanted to preserve with great efficiency. The pharaohs feared Khafreg, who lived thousands of years before Christ. According to historical narrative, it is assumed that the components of the most famous Egyptian pyramids were buried inside, but there are no inscriptions that confirm this story. This fact contradicts the funerary rituals and traditions of ancient Egypt, since no mummies have been found inside the pyramids, suggesting that they could have been looted by thieves or invaders at some distant time. However, if such theft occurred, it happened a long time ago. In the 9th century, Caliph Al-Mamun, ruler of Cairo, hired workers to drill into the northern wall of the Great Pyramid in search of Egyptian treasures or antiquities. Arab historians of the time believed that the pyramids held important scientific secrets, such as how to develop new work tools, stainless weapons, glass that could be folded without breaking, among others. However, after making the hole, Al-Mamun found nothing inside, no treasures, no scientific secrets, not even useful inscriptions. The crucial question is, was there anything inside the Great Pyramid? And if so, where did all its contents go? Some historians suggest that it was stolen years after Khufu's death, although this seems almost impossible, since the Great Pyramid had not been breached from that time until Al-Mamun's raid. In his book, Fingerprints of the Gods, film director and author Graham Hancock points out interesting facts, including that when Al-Mamun walked through the pyramid, he found it completely empty. There were nothing but walls without inscriptions and a floor covered with sand. This finding is not limited to the Pyramid of Cheops, but applies to all pyramids. During the 3rd and 4th pharaonic dynasties, no mummies were found inside the pyramids, and there were no indications of royal burials. In some cases, no coffins were discovered, as was the case at the Mihdam Pyramid. However, in the Pyramid of Sakni Sekmeket in Saqqara, which scientists accessed in 1954, a coffin was found. It is evident that no one has reached it since the construction of the pyramid. Although school textbooks claim that the pyramids are tombs of pharaohs, there is no historical source to support this. It is clear that building these pyramids was not an effort dedicated solely to burying a single pharaoh. Numerous actions were carried out in its construction, and unknown techniques may have been used. This achievement, without a doubt, is not limited to being a mausoleum. Scientists have investigated this aspect for almost a century. It is logical to question the idea that the pyramids are simply tombs. We must discover the purpose behind its construction. Russian archaeologist Alexander Vornin comments that scientists have found no tombs or human skeletons inside the pyramids, making them a baffling mystery. There is a hypothesis that suggests that they could have functioned as ancient temples or schools, where individuals entered, spent a period of their lives and left with acquired knowledge. Another idea links the pyramids to the emission of a mysterious energy, as noted by French researcher Anthony Bath in the first half of the 20th century. Bath claimed that the fire was spreading more rapidly in the pyramid area than in other areas. Number 7. The discovery of an ancient Egyptian map from 5,000 years ago challenges the idea that Christopher Columbus was the first foreigner to reach America. This finding could change our historical understanding and require modifications to textbooks. Additionally, other finds, such as the Nagata culture and the mysterious Nubian egg, raise questions about the ancient Egyptian civilization and its knowledge of the Americas. The intricately designed egg includes depictions that some believe are pyramids, challenging conventional pyramid construction dates. The accuracy of the dating of the pyramids has also been questioned, and there is geological evidence to suggest that they could be much older than previously thought. Furthermore, the map included in the paintings discovered at Hannes shows surprising geographic precision, including the American continent, raising the possibility of transoceanic contacts much earlier than previously believed. These findings challenge our conceptions of travel and early interaction between civilizations, and suggest a complex network of knowledge and technology exchange in the distant past.